Hello everyone, Scottish Lad here, and today we're going to be reviewing a set of the Unicorn Purist Phase 2s, a classic design in terms of obviously a straight barreled dart, and obviously Phil Taylor used to throw them when he was back with Unicorn, and it was a number of years ago. But let's just crack on with it. Right guys, we've got a nice close-up look to the Unicorn Purist Phase 2, i.e. the Phil Taylor Phase 2 from Unicorn. As you can see, these will get target nano storm points in, and that is because the original silver points that came with, one of them actually snapped. There was about this much left. I managed to get it out with my pottery pointer, but it snapped when it hit a wire on my Blade 5, so I had to change up. So there's nothing really I could have done with that, and I just had some nanos lying, I thought they looked cool in there, so I just done it. But back to the review of the darts. Obviously, as I just said, these are the Unicorn Purist Phase 2, obviously made by Unicorn, and they're 90% tungsten, and they are 24 gram. Really nice darts as well, though. They're a classic design, obviously being the Unicorn Phase 2s from Phil Taylor. It's the continuous grip all the way up that makes them popular, with obviously a smooth section round at the nose and a wee bit there at the back where it says Unicorn. So literally all it says is Unicorn. There's no Phase 2 or anything on it. And obviously these nano storm points that I've installed. The grip is just the twin ring grip that you see on the Gary Anderson darts, or there's a load of darts out there with it, but namely the Gary Anderson Phase 3s. And it's very comfy to hold regardless of where you're holding it, because it is that grip. You can feel it digging into your fingers. It's a definite level 3.5 on a scale of 1 to 5 in my opinion. And as you'll see, it's my L style setup I've got up on there, and that is because these come as barrels only, which is a good thing and a bad thing, I suppose, because as they come as barrels only, you can pretty much throw any setup on, like your own setup on there, straight out the box. But most people like a supplied stem and a supplied flight, but these darts have been out a while, so I'm pretty sure that won't really matter to Unicorn. But the length of these Unicorn Purist Phase 2s, from here where the narrow point meets the barrel, to here where my L style stem meets the barrel, is 53.3 millimeters. And the width at the widest points, you're probably talking kind of here and here, is 6.6, and obviously over the top of the grip as well, you're talking 6.6 millimeters. But these are obviously a classic design, can't really fault them in any case. And obviously pretty much anybody would be able to pick these up and use them, unless you don't like a grippy dart. But with that, I've gave you all the necessary information on these Unicorn Purist Phase 2s. Let's get them over to the board and see how we got on. Right guys, we've got the Unicorn Purist Phase 2 set up with a short gripper 4 Unicorn stem and a big wing Unicorn flight, and as you can see, I'm probably not too bad with them. The grip is definitely 3.5, like I said. It's just a twin ring grip, but it's a grip that you can't really fault. In terms of obviously the stickiness to your fingers, it sticks to your fingers because it's supposed to, but it's really nice to throw, really nice to release, and overall it's actually nice to kind of get that feeling of grip in your fingers, as well as obviously actually just as if they're not shredding your fingers to bits, for example. Lost my words there, I'm sorry about that guys. But overall, Unicorn Purist Phase 2s, they're obviously made to work. The 16-time world champion Phil Taylor used them when he was in Unicorn, sponsored by Unicorn, and overall he did play well with them. And there's a lot of players still that use them. There's a Irish player that actually uses the Phase 2s. I can't remember his name, it will come back to me at some point. But here we go, we're using my setup like you've seen in the close-up section and the intro. Just the exact same as what I've just been saying. It's comfortable to hold. Obviously it's the exact same kind of style setup. My setup is to the Unicorn one I used. Because they come as barrels only, I thought I'd use just a standard Unicorn stem and flight, the same as my own. But with that, let's go and get wrapped up. There we go guys, that was my review of the Unicorn Purist Phase 2s. Obviously barrels only, that's why I've got my own setup on there. It's a lovely dart, it's a classic dart, and it's a dart that will pretty much suit anybody. It's a great dart for somebody just to pick it up and go. Very similar to the designer Dark Thunders, except for with the designer Dark Thunders it comes with stems and flights. But obviously in terms of grip, it's a level 3.5 like I've said numerous times in the video. Price wise is brilliant for $32.95. It's obviously less than what a lot of people are doing out there price wise for a dart like this. And it's obviously made by Unicorn, so it's more than likely it's going to be quality. I've seen a few things with some Unicorn darts recently that kind of put me off, but nonetheless, that's on 97% tungsten darts. These are obviously 90%. And overall, it's an excellent looking dart. It's a plain, simple dart, which most people like. I know a lot of people like titanium nitride, but there's also a lot out there that don't like titanium nitride and prefer a dart like this. Namely, myself, I kind of like a dart like this. I used to like titanium nitride, but then when it starts to strip and buff and scruff and kind of all that kind of stuff, it starts to look unappealing. Whereas this is always going to look good because it's a plain tungsten dart and it's a no fuss, no hassle dart. It's literally just pick it up, stem and flights on it, or if you've not, because obviously it comes barrels only, stem and flights on it, ready to go. Simple as that. You may have to scuff up the original points a little bit. I didn't need to, but then they snapped on me, as you've probably heard in the close-up section. But that was my review of these, so don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below if there's anything you want me to review. Stay safe out there, and just with everything going on, keep on darting.